Far beyond the icy horizon, where the Arctic waters shimmer under a pale, eternal twilight, lies the tale of Sedna, the Inuit goddess of the sea. A story of betrayal, sacrifice, and vengeance. Her legend is as unforgiving as the frozen waves she commands. Have you ever wondered how ancient cultures, separated by vast oceans and centuries, could create such similar myths? It's something I've always found fascinating. How stories of gods, goddesses, and the mysteries of nature appear across the world, even when those people had no way to communicate. It's almost as if, deep down, humanity has always shared a common thread of understanding. So today I want to share Sedna's story with you. It's haunting, it's powerful, and it's a reminder that myths aren't just old tales. They're windows into who we are and what we've always believed. Let's dive into the depths of this legend together. Sedna was once a hunter's daughter and a stunning young lady. Although many were captivated by her beauty, she turned down suitors who wanted her hand in marriage because she had a proud heart. Her father wanted her to be married off and was angry by her lack of refusal to obey him. One day, a mysterious stranger showed up, a man dressed in a luxurious fur coat who promised her safety and wealth. Although his voice was pleasant, there was something very odd and lifeless in his composure. Unaware of the evil concealed behind her father's good exterior, Sedna finally agreed to marry the stranger in a desperate attempt to fulfill her father's wish. When they finally arrived at the stranger's house, Sedna discovered the horrifying truth. Her husband was not a man, but a bird spirit, a feathered, raven-like creature who lived on a rocky, deserted island. The stranger, once disguised in promises, revealed his true form, a raven spirit with dark feathers and hollow eyes, offering nothing but loneliness and despair. She was trapped cold and alone, forced to endure a life of misery on a barren, windswept island far from her home. The days were filled with biting winds and the relentless cries of the seabirds that circled above, as if mocking her sorrow. Her only companions were the crashing waves and the icy rocks, each serving as a reminder of the life she had lost. Sedna, however, was not forgotten by fate. Her father went in search of her one day, troubled by guilt and tormented by visions of his daughter's misery. He paddled his little kayak across the freezing Arctic waters with shaky hands, his face hurting from the freezing spray. His heart sank when he found her, thin and frail, and he promised to take her back home. With the wind howling all around them, they paddled madly as they fled together across the freezing water. As though the sea itself was trying to hold Sedna inside its grips, the sky grew gloomy, and the waves swelled like enraged giants. Nevertheless, they continued in a desperate attempt to escape the storm that was approaching, and the wrath of the raven spirit they had left behind. The bird spirit threw a shadow over the sea by spreading his dark wings wide in outrage at Sedna's escape. His cruel, vengeful howls echoed over the frozen area, cutting like a jagged sword through the icy air. He called up a storm from the bottom of the ocean with one dreadful howl. The sea was whipped into a frenzy by the wind, which howled like a chorus of wailing spirits. From the depths of the ocean, mountains like waves swelled, their foaming peaks gleaming like sharp ice crystals. Sedna and her father were soaked in icy water as they smashed mercilessly against the flimsy kayak. With every bone-chilling surge, the sea threatened to take them whole, and each wave threatened to capsize them. The sky turned black, blotting out the faint light of the sun as jagged streaks of lightning tore through the heavens. Thunder rolled, a deafening roar that seemed to shake the very bones of the earth. Sedna clung desperately to the kayak, her hands trembling from the cold and fear, while her father paddled with all his strength, each stroke a battle against the raging sea. But the storm was relentless, and the bird spirit's fury knew no limits. Every wave, every gust of wind seemed to be a punishment, a reminder that no one could escape the wrath of the spirit they had dared to defy. Her father did the unthinkable out of desperation and fear of the sea's wrath. Sedna was thrown overboard by him. Her father chopped her fingers one by one to break free from her grip as she gripped onto the kayak, pleading for help. The big beasts of the sea, such as seals, whales, and walruses, were born from her sacrifice, but her fingers sunk beneath the seas. After sinking to the ocean's depths, Sedna became into a strong goddess who ruled over the sea and all of its life. Sedna governs the seas from the depths, and both shamans and hunters fear her rage. Because she alone determines whether the sea will bring hunger or bounty, she is in control of the Inuit people's destiny. Shamans must travel to Sedna's aquatic domain when the sea becomes enraged and hunting is difficult. To calm her anger and plead for her pity, the shamans use holy implements frequently crafted from carved ivory to comb Sedna's black hair. Knowing her strength, they approach her with respect as the sea rages around them. The hair is thick, long, and entangled with seaweed, shells, and ice fragments, among other ocean debris. The shaman uses their comb to carefully and respectfully untangle each thread while working through the knots in a forceful but gentle manner. The procedure is a symbolic act of calming the turbulent waters and appeasing the goddess in order to request her mercy and pardon. The sea calms as they comb, and the weight of their prayers causes the air to grow heavier. The story of Sedna serves as a reminder of the sea's might, as well as of betrayal, sacrifice, and the resilient nature of those who overcome adversity. She is the mother of all marine life and a powerful opponent as well as a guardian. Therefore, her legend continues to survive beneath the waters, where her name is whispered by the sea. Sedna and Poseidon share striking similarities as rulers of the sea, embodying both its bounty and fury. Poseidon, the Greek god of the oceans, wields his trident to control storms and earthquakes, while Sedna, the Inuit sea goddess, commands marine life and can unleash famine or abundance. They both symbolize the sea's duality in nature and are both feared and cherished. But if Poseidon's power is derived from divine authority, Sedna's comes from sacrifice and treachery. Therefore, her story is one of determination in contrast to Poseidon's might-based dominance. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more stories of myths, history, and hidden truths. Your support helps us continue bringing these fascinating tales to life. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next adventure.